I feel trapped between the love for you and the expectations placed upon me, torn between my heart and my responsibilities. Every time I think about returning to you, the weight of my mother's words holds me back. I wonder how much longer I can fight the pull of my own desires against the pressure to stay away. It feels like a war inside me, the love for you battling against the loyalty I owe to my mother. I can't help but wonder if my mother's fears are the only thing standing between us, or if it's something deeper that keeps us apart. The more I think about you, the more I feel like I'm betraying my own sense of duty, even though my heart aches to be with you. I wish I could explain to you how much I miss you, but the words get lost in the silence of my mother's refusal. My heart longs for you, but my mind is haunted by the judgment I know I'll face if I cross that line. I feel like I'm caught in an endless cycle, wanting to return to you, but held back by the unspoken rules of my family. Every thought of you fills me with both love and guilt, a confusing mixture I can't escape. I am stuck in a constant battle, my heart wanting to be with you, and my mind trying to reason with my mother's wishes. I keep asking myself if I'm being selfish for wanting to be with you, or if it's just the love I can't deny. My mother's disapproval makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, even though everything in my heart tells me it's right. I feel torn between two worlds, one where I am free to love you, and one where I am bound by obligation and fear. I want to run back to you, but I can't help but wonder if this distance is what my mother thinks is best for me. My mind keeps circling back to you, but my mother's warnings drown out the hope of ever being with you again. There's this gnawing feeling in my chest every time I think of you, like I'm being pulled away by forces beyond my control. I wish I could just follow my heart without feeling like I'm abandoning my family, but the guilt weighs too heavily. Every step I take away from you feels like I'm abandoning the best part of me. I want nothing more than to be with you, but the fear of disappointing my mother keeps me stuck in this painful limbo. I'm constantly questioning whether my love for you is worth all the turmoil it brings into my life. I wish I could explain to my mother that my feelings for you are real and not just a phase, but the words never seem to come out right. The more I try to move towards you, the more I feel like my past is pulling me back, holding me in place. I miss you so much that it hurts, but the silence from my mother is louder than any of my emotions. The space between us grows every day, and I feel powerless to close it, torn between love and obligation. I feel like I'm stuck in a game of tug of war, with my heart on one side and my mother's fears on the other. Each time I think of coming back to you, a wave of guilt washes over me, reminding me of all the reasons why I shouldn't. If only I could just be with you without this cloud of judgment hanging over me. It feels like I'm walking a tightrope, balancing between my love for you and my loyalty to my family. Every time I think about the future with you, I feel the weight of my mother's disapproval holding me back. I dream of being with you, but the reality of my situation makes it feel like an impossible dream. It's hard to explain how much I miss you when I'm still trying to figure out where I belong in this mess. My heart keeps telling me to go back to you, but my mother's voice keeps me paralyzed in place. I wish I could ignore the tension, but it's impossible when it's constantly being thrown in my face. I keep wondering if my love for you is worth the pain it brings me, but I can't seem to let go of you. It feels like I'm standing on the edge of something beautiful, but fear holds me back from taking the leap. There's a part of me that wants to walk away from everything just to be with you, but the fear of regret keeps me rooted in place. I feel like I'm drowning in expectations and obligations, and all I want is to breathe with you. Every time I consider returning to you, the weight of my mother's disapproval feels like a wall between us. I don't know how to reconcile the love I feel for you with the duty I feel to my family. The more I think about it, the more I realize that my heart and my mother's wishes will never be on the same page. I feel like I'm walking around with a broken heart, unable to return to the one person who could make it whole again. It hurts to love you from a distance, knowing that my mother's opinion is keeping us apart. I want to be with you more than anything, but I fear that making that choice will cost me something I can never get back. I wish I could find the strength to defy everything holding me back, but the consequences scare me.